Our discernment muscle has atrophied as a people, as a general people. For people alive today, they may be educated, but many people lack the general skill for assessing information. The truth is, we have so much information that the everyday Joe depends on journalists or news professionals to gather, assess, sort, present the information in such a way that brings relative details together. This, however, is not really truly being done, at least not anymore. The idea that if this was real, everybody would be talking about it is a really faulty mechanism for determining what is true or what is reality, or at the very least, what's important. We're getting more and more reports on things, but with less and less relevant, helpful context. Deletion or willful ignorance of relevant details is also in the category of lying. Okay, let's take the relevant topic of train derailments. It's really weird to say out loud. After multiple derailments in the matter of days, a factoid surfaced. Over 1,000 derailments happen every year. And sometimes the number was up to 1,700. Okay, so I can go and I can check out that statistic and I can see whether it's true or not. But there needs to be some other questions asked. Like, why is, there's 1,000 every year, a good and acceptable answer to the issue that we have train derailments? It seems to be something that shouldn't be normal, right? That would be the beginning point of responsible journalism. But what's being delivered to us is kind of nothing. On this topic, there was a deafening silence for days. People not wanting to acknowledge it in the media and not wanting to make any kind of relevant connections to anything. It took a lot of other interested parties, other people, independent people, to begin stirring the chemical-laden pot to try to get us to look at it. Soon after this, people were angry. They were upset, clearly, and for good reason. They were upset with the actual event, which they should be. It's a terrible tragedy what happened out there. And the details, they were upset on how those details were handled. No one's talking about it. No one's putting any pieces together, it seemed like. And after a while, here's what I started to hear. And this is days later. This is like 10 days, 14 days later, 2 weeks later. I started to hear this. It's Trump's fault. And then the right's not any better because they go, it's Buttigieg's fault.
Wow.
That's journalism for you, I guess. What a bunch of guano. That's how the news is seemingly handled now. You take whatever or all of the events that are important and you turn them into political campaigning. The debate today is on whether this is done on purpose, right? Is this willful ignorance? They do logical gymnastics to try to justify their actions, but in the antiseptic of light, when that is applied, oftentimes it's difficult to really agree with them on the reasoning of why they would overlook certain details or facts that were available. Well, what do you think? Do you think media and the journalists have altered what it means to report these days? Or are you in support of activist journalism, as in delivering information in such a way that leads everyone to a desired conclusion? I'd love to hear your comments below. If you've made it this far, I would also appreciate a follow, a subscribe, a hitting thumbs up, doing all the things. And as always, Pilgrim Mom, my friends, we'll see you out there.